Banana bread? Lots of those recipes out there. Pumpkin bread? Nah, that's been done too. Today we're bringing in the oft-forgotten cousin of the apple, the pear, and we're going to make a healthier version of pear bread by replacing the more common ingredients with natural whole ones. This bread isn't overly sweet and has a hearty, nutty flavor which I think you'll really like. I bet you can barely wait to get started. And yes, there'll be several corny jokes as well. As you can see from my two loaf pans, this recipe makes a pair of pear loaves. This is on account of the 3 eggs that you can see I've brought to room temperature. Of course, if you only want one loaf, you can cut the recipe in half, but what else are you going to do with that half of a beaten egg you don't use? By the way, all the ingredients and amounts are in the description below. The stars of the show are, of course, the 4 ripened pears, but I think there are some other stars as well that make this healthier. We're going to say no to vegetable or canola oil, which are processed and inflammatory. Instead, we're going to use heart-healthy coconut oil. We're saying no to man-made white sugar, which is 50% glucose and 50% fructose. And too much fructose overtaxes your liver. So instead, we're using natural sweeteners. Today, I'm trying a combination of honey and my favorite zero-calorie sweetener, monk fruit, and spoiler alert, it worked. And now on to the dry ingredients, including baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, and salt. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of 3 cups of processed white flour, I'm going to use a combination of 1 cup almond flour, 1 cup whole wheat flour, and 1 cup oat flour. Almonds are a great source of calcium, fiber, and healthy fats, and whole wheat flour and oat flour are whole grains, unlike white flour. Let's take a quick aside. Why am I always going on about whole grains and demonizing white flour? Here's a wheat kernel. When you eat white flour, you're only eating the middle portion, the endosperm. This is where all the carbs are. Now, carbs in and of themselves aren't bad, but when you eat a lot of these in breads and pastas, you're getting a lot of carbs without the benefits of the bran and the germ, which have been stripped away. This is where not only the fiber that helps you feel full is, but antioxidants, minerals, and B vitamins are as well. So this is why it's so important to start including more and more whole grains in your diet.
And now back to our regularly scheduled pear bread. I've peeled my 4 ripe pears and I'm ready to core and slice them. I love this corer because it has a springed hinge, so you can really easily open it and remove the cores. I'll put a link in the description below in case you'd like one. Next is the tedious part. The part most people hate about any recipes with apples or pears is the peeling and the chopping. I'm sorry, but you're just going to have to grin and bear it. By the way, if you don't own a bench scraper like this one, you really need to get one. I'm not exaggerating when I say it changed my life in the kitchen. It picks up so much more than your knife and is also way safer. I'll put a link to a similar product in the description below. Let's pass this chopping time with a joke. What fruit never goes anywhere alone? Pears. That's right, folks. All I can promise is that it gets progressively worse from here. I mean, I'm no Graham from Passion for Food on YouTube. That guy is just naturally funny. I have to work hard to perform this poorly. Be sure to check out Graham's channel. I'll put a link in the description. Speaking of Graham, here's a trick I learned from him. Hi-ya!
Hey man, how come I wasn't featured in the ingredients scene? I'm a part of this too, you know. You're gonna hear from my agent. I'm sorry, I forgot Livid Lemon. You're right, you are an essential ingredient. I do need 1 teaspoon of your juice to help keep our pears from browning. That's right, buddy, and don't you forget it. I appreciate you, Livid Lemon. Say, would you like to add some zest to this recipe? Sorry, that's not in the contract, buddy. Fair enough. I've got a lot of other projects I'd love to work with you on. Let's do lunch. All right, I'll have my people call your people. Great. Bye, Livid Lemon. As they say, hindsight's 2020. A little lemon zest would have been great here too. Maybe next time. Okay, back to our wet ingredients. Here's a little trick to make your honey come out of your measuring cup easier. Spray a little coconut oil on the inside. I'm pouring 3/4 cup honey, then next I'm going to add half a cup of monk fruit and that honey to the eggs, followed by our melted coconut oil. Now whisk it all together. I didn't realize I need a larger bowl. Drops of the oil were actually a bit jumpy and leaping out. While we're whisking, let's pass the time with another joke. Who was the fruit salad's favorite pop singer? Katy Perry. Like I promised people, progressively worse. And here's our 3 cups of varied flours, as well as our other dry ingredients, which we will whisk together. Then at the last minute, I had a brilliant idea to add a teaspoon of ground ginger. I thought that would go really well with a cinnamon. Hello? Oh, hi, Dad. This is Grateful Ginger. Ginger, great to hear from you. I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for including me in this project. It really means a lot to me. Ginger, it was my pleasure. You really brought a great performance and you're a wonderful anti-inflammatory, so I really want to try to include you wherever I can in my recipes because you're not only healthy but tasty. Well, aren't you sweet, honey child? Thank you so much. Bye now. She's so grateful. Not like that Livid Lemon. Hey, I heard that. No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Languid Linguini. Jeez, the egos on some of these talent. Okay, finally time to add our wet ingredients to the dry. And because we've got whole wheat and oats, we're going to let this sit for 10 minutes to let them soak up some of that moisture. Once the dry ingredients are properly moistened, it's time to fold in those chopped pears. And did you notice how not brown they are? Yes, Livid Lemon, you did a fabulous job. Then we need to do a consistency check. You want it to be thick, but not huge clump plopping thick. But not so thin you can pour it. So to mine I added a few tablespoons of water and remixed. Then grease your 2 loaf pans with some spray coconut oil, divide the batter equally, and bake in a 350 Fahrenheit 175 Celsius oven for 55 minutes. And actually I turned the temperature down to 325 Fahrenheit 160 Celsius because my pans are dark metal. Once a toothpick comes out clean or a thermometer registers around 185-200 or 90 to 93 Celsius, your bread is done. Let it cool at least 10 minutes before removing them from the pans and then let cool completely on a wire rack. This step is actually important because you want that coconut oil to recongeal. Finally, time to eat. This bread turned out really great because it doesn't have white flour, it doesn't have as much rice compared to a traditional sweet bread. But I love the nutty, hearty flavor from the almond flour and the whole wheat. And it's not overly sweet, so it's perfect for a snack or with your morning coffee. Top with maybe some apple butter, whipped cream, or plain yogurt, and you'll make it even better in my opinion. If you want to see my recipes for healthier banana bread, be sure to check out one of the videos appearing on the screen now. And please do hit subscribe and set your notifications to all. I'd love to see you back again. So would I. Not me. Shut up, Livid Lemon.